Happy Jing Yuan Day, everybody! Yeah, he's finally here in the game. He's super cool. I know everybody has probably been waiting for this guy. I know a lot of people that even skipped Zila for specifically Jing Yuan. I managed to get him and his light cone. Both of them are currently level 70 right now. I only have one copy of each. But this video is mainly about should you choose to summon on this banner or not. Now, I want to make this very clear. When summoning on gacha games, as I've mentioned before, it is very much based on two major things. Do you like the character? Like, slash, are they fun to play? That kind of thing. And, like, is the character actually good, meta viable, good for your account, that kind of thing. There's two different factors. The meta stuff and the personal stuff. If you think Jing Yuan is extremely attractive and you love him and he's super cool and he's voiced via VTuber and you think he's really sick, and then JP he sounds like he's voiced by Jotaro and you really think that's super cool and awesome and you like big giant mecha men go brr, summon. If you think he's really strong and powerful, which he is, and does insane amounts of damage, summon. It's all personal, really. It's all about personal preference. Now, I personally think you should be summoning on this banner, mainly because not only is Jing Yuan crazy, he also has the best 4-star support in the game. The a shielder who's debatably better than a 5-star shielder in Japard, and Su Shang, who's one of the best 4-star DPSs in the entire game. So you have a really stacked banner lineup here, as well as having this light cone banner, which also has one of the best light cones in the entire game for Fire MC, who is pretty much run on every single comp ever. As well as Jing Yuan's super crazy stat stick, which again is kind of insane. Like, just look at this. 36% crit damage for free, 18% skill and ultimate damage. Disgusting. After you use the skill or ultimate damage, they gain the stacks. And then when he triggers the follow-up attack, he gets follow-up attack damage increased by 48%. It's absolutely crazy. And this is at S1. If we take a look at this S5, 60% crit damage, 30% skill and ultimate damage, 80% follow-up damage. This thing is crazy. It's a super stat stick. But I think this is ridiculous because this works on pretty much every single Year Edition character in the entire game. Like, let's just take a look at the Year Edition characters real quick. Himiko has a follow-up attack. Works on Himiko. Herda has a follow-up attack. Works on Herda. Right? They can benefit from these things, and even if you don't have a follow-up attack, you can still benefit from the fact that it's giving you 60% crit damage as well as ultimate and skill damage. So even for characters like Chinchilla and Serval here, right? They don't do follow-up attacks like at all, but they'll still highly benefit from the stats and like go absolutely nuts with them anyway. So it really just doesn't matter if you're not actually of that type, because it's gonna work, right? And of course, Jing Yuan benefits from the most because he has a super damage attack. This is currently the stats that I'm looking at right now, like 63, 154, pretty solid, honestly. I could do a little bit more crit damage, but my relics are very copium. I have this attack like level 6, like purple. I have this one, but I'm not gonna run this because now crit damage and I need that more. Currently running a crit rate piece instead of a crit damage one, just because I think I need it a little bit more. This is probably my best piece that I have. And then you got this is a physical damage bonus, which doesn't help him at all. I really want a better one. And then of course this is a level 0 4-star relic. Like, it's like my stuff isn't very strong. However, what is strong is Jing Yuan himself, and the fact that in his trace menu here, he gets a lot of crit rate, and I'm talking a lot of crit rate. I'm gonna be able to hit 70 crit rate once I'm able to actually get this guy high enough ascension levels. So I think he's 100% worth getting, just because of like the raw stats that he has. Though I do 100% recommend, if you are gonna pull for him, to get his light cone, because the light cone is probably the like strongest things in the entire game. Same thing with like Zila, right? Both of them have insanely crazy stat stick light cones that work for every single type of character in their like class. So there's definitely reason to get and pull for these light cones. If you don't get his light cone, I think probably this one is the best, where it's just like straight raw damage, and then every time you get a kill you get some more damage as well. That's probably like the best you're gonna get from that. I don't think you're really going to be able to do too much with like the other Year Edition light cones. Like this one is very meh. You get damaged up by his follow-up attack, which is like okay. Like it's like stuff you just don't really need. Like the servo one gives you more energy and ultimate damage. It's like okay, but the fact that this one is not only free to play, so you can E5 it, but also pretty strong just in general. Like I have this at E1 here, and I'm pretty sure I could have it more. I don't think I have any more copies of it though. But this light cone is genuinely very, very strong, and I personally just think his light cone himself is just absolutely crazy. So should you summon on this banner, yes or no? I think 100% yes. The 4 stars are crazy. Jing Yuan himself is crazy. If you summon on the light cone banner, you're almost always going to get his light cone, which is an insane stat stick. You could get the March 7th one, which is crazy strong. I'm not actually too familiar with the other light cone here. It's the one with Asta on it. If an ally deals damage to the same... yeah, this is like very situational, but it could be good. And then you got this Hunt one, which increases the wearer's attack by 16% if there are 2 or fewer enemies on the field. Increase the crit rate by 12%. Like, it's fine. What matters mainly is Jing Yuan's, and then, where is it? Day 1 of my new life. Because it gives so much just raw stats to the characters that you need those stats on. So personally, I think this is like a must summon banner. However, do keep in mind that while Jing Yuan is crazy, the characters that will get outscaled first are gonna be DPS characters like Jing Yuan. And especially when you consider 1.1 and who we know is coming being Luocha, who is attacking healer, and Silver Wolf, who is the essentially Kazuha of the game, the crazy support that's gonna make every single character in the game viable. And that's in both in 1.1. And on I believe Silver Wolf's banner, you're also gonna get Yukong, who is a 4-star imaginary support character who's on the level of Tingyun. So there's definitely reason to skip Jing Yuan, especially if you already have characters built. Like if you've invested a lot into Serval, right? Like then you probably don't need Jing Yuan. Like she'll do the job just fine. She does good damage, she can do shock stuff, and she'll be better later on, especially when characters like Kafka get released. Right, so like if you have like a second team DPS ready and like all that kind of stuff, you really don't need another one. Is like, while we do need like DPS characters every single time in the game eventually, this is just not the point where you need to be like investing heavily into that. I personally did it because I needed a really strong secondary DPS character. Like I just pretty much have Zila as my hard carry. I have like very like side things with like Sampo, where I have like this crazy break effect Sampo who does a lot of damage, but I don't really have a lot of characters to really support that kind of playstyle. So I really wanted Jing Yuan here because he's absolutely crazy and he can pretty much hard carry entire things by himself. Now the same thing can be said with Zila. So this is why I wanted them both, so that I can run one team with Zila and have her hard carry one side of the Forgotten Hall, while my Jing Yuan carries the other side. Now my Jing Yuan stats are absolutely insane, I'm not gonna lie. Same with my Zila stats, but mainly Jing Yuan. Like this is absolutely crazy. So I personally think Jing Yuan's banner is a must summon. Again, Luocha and Silverwolf are coming. They're both insanely strong. So if you want to skip, feel free to do so. But I just think this banner is too stacked not to at least throw some multis on. Because like even if you lose, like if you lose the 50 on this banner, that is probably the best case scenario, because you can get stuff like Bronya, Japard, Bailu, and all this other crazy like good characters. Like Welt as well, like all these really, really strong 5 stars. Like the actual 5 stars, like standard 5 stars, are very, very strong. All of them are very, very good, except for like Himiko. All of the other ones are insanely relevant in the meta at the moment. So like if you get any of them while trying to pull on this banner, you're cool, because now you have guaranteed silver with the Luocha and their crazy supports, as well as getting copies of all of these ridiculous 4-star characters who are incredibly strong. So personally, I think everybody should summon. I think this is a must summon banner. Let me know what you guys feel like in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.